Welcome to a live. Yes, I haven't done one of these in a long time. Welcome, guys. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Let us have a quick chat, guys. And happy Friday. Let me see who they here so far. Guys, please hit the like button when you come in and share the live with somebody. Um, I guess I'll see what the comments when they start coming up because sometimes it takes a while when I do it this way. Anyway, walk on. It's the weekend. If you decided to stop by here, thank you. You could have been any place else. Well, thank you for stopping by. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, Trevor. Welcome, everybody. Good night. Good night. You never know me that come live, though. Good night. Surprise. Anyway, guys, big up on yourself. But, guys, me see this news this evening, and I wonder why. Wanna hear? Why? The opposition leader of Jamaica, Mark Golding, on the constitutional reform, him now want to meet with the Justice Minister. Him is requesting a meeting with the Prime Minister. I say, well, what can go so do? Because the Justice Minister is responsible for constitutional affairs. Not so it go? Yes. So it would make sense that he would meet with him, but instead, it kind of is giving, I'm not meeting with no low-level person. Or the Prime Minister may I meet with, or the Prime Minister more I meet with. Like what? The Prime Minister not time for you, sir? Me go read the article and we go talk about it. And we can do a little Q&A, toward the end of what I'm about to say for the purpose and sake of interaction. Only can ask me some question. No ask me nothing personal, please and thanks. But only can ask me some question. And we can just, take it easy tonight. Yes, good night, moderator. Welcome, everybody. Good night. Kingsley, Sharon, Allison, Karen, everybody welcome back. So, I was quite surprised when I heard it, guys. Because, may I say, we're not the election even done good yet and the mischief making start, because this to me is nothing more than mischief making. According to the Jamaica Gleaner, opposition leader Mark Golding has rebuffed a proposal from Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness to meet with Justice Minister Delroy Chuck to discuss the next steps in the opposition's collaboration with the government on Jamaica's constitutional reform. He says he was expecting an invitation to meet with Holness himself to discuss the way forward as a first step. It goes a little further. It appears that the Prime Minister and Golding did have some back and forth, some letter writing, some communication. And what the Prime Minister wrote in his letter was not published. But where Golding say published. So may I say, is this supposed to be a confidential, interaction between them? I don't know, because we don't see the letter from the Prime Minister, but we see the letter and Golding a go demand after the Prime Minister say they need to be meeting with Mr. Chuck, Justice Minister Chuck. How is it that Mark Golding could have just insert himself in the process when there was a committee, the opposition appointed people, government had people on there, church people upon there, all stakeholders are on there. I want to remember how when the PNP them did not do what they were told by Golding, him tell them, come off, don't sign anything. And that was it. So he's been inserting himself in this process forever. And it reached a point now where he might tell the Prime Minister, say, I am not going to meet with the Justice Minister or the man who responds for constitutional affairs. Are you supposed to invite me? You know, Mark Golden think I'm the Prime Minister. Him think him the Prime Minister, or him think him is the King of England appointed to dictate to the Prime Minister and the government of Jamaica. Me tell you a long time, you know. Say, and I'm not laughing when I say this, me tell you a long time, say that Mark Golden sees Jamaica through the lens of colonial kind of scope, you know? You see, like how we look on Jamaica with pride and joy, and we've come this far and we've accomplished a lot, and we are a nation of greatness. Because I don't care what nobody want to say no. I don't care what. Even when the crime I Jamaica, I see the positive in Jamaica, and I see Jamaica with the most potential for greatness. I've always viewed Jamaica that way. Even when I am critical of things like crime, even when I'm critical of bad politicians, bad politics, I still not undermine Jamaica. I mean, I see no Jamaica. I not see Jamaica from no colonial lens. I don't see Jamaica that way. I don't see Jamaica as one of our British colonies that you know is still in need of an overseer. Other vibe they may get from Golden. And it's not that way. We are people who are determining our own future. We're not walking and begging nobody nothing. You see where the Marco Rubio from the US Secretary of State come to Jamaica come stay. Jamaica now look no handout. Because we not look no handout for true. Good night, everybody. Welcome. So, the man a behave like say him a the Prime Minister. Him a behave like say him is Andrew Holness' equal in the job capacity of Prime Minister. And him is not Andrew Holness' equal. He's the opposition leader. And Andrew Holness is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So Andrew Holness not to invite him nowhere. Andrew Holness not to have no dialogue with him. Him have the Justice Minister, the man who responds for the constitutional affairs. So what are you saying? Why you think, say, the Prime Minister to prioritize a meeting with you on constitutional reform? It's not necessary. It's not, me not get it. It look like, say, you feel like, say, you are above your pay grade. You're above your pay scale. And you don't above your pay scale. And even though the Prime Minister take less pay than you, him above for your pay scale. So nobody go on like you want to style a thing, man. Ease yourself. There's a time and place for everything. You know, people, better if we here on this chat, just ignore them. PNP people. Oh, okay. So PNP people are here. Good night. Good night, everybody. And them want to do Ville Royal talks. Like, what the hell? Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Guys, please to hit the like button. No meeting. And another thing too. Full disclosure. Me glad you said that. No meeting with no liar British man. Let me just tell you the truth. How do you tell you the truth unfiltered? I don't care. What do you think say Andrew Holness is fond of Mark Golden? Tell the truth. Because as far as me know, him is a human being. A man who get up every day and tell lie for me. Go a diaspora tell lie for me. I try encourage people. I tell people say me thief and me corrupt. You think say me would I want to be caught in a room with a man like that? No. Me never want to talk to you. Because you're wicked. And the next thing is, this is to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You see, anytime you have dialogue with Mark Golden, make sure you have a witness there, you know. Make sure so you have a witness. Because you see it, them come push out letter. And them not show you a letter where you say. Right? But people who are so lie, you do not want to have any one-on-one discussion with them. You want to have a witness to make sure that they cannot come and distort anything you've said or come and tell any lies on you. You have to be careful with people like Mark Golden. You understand? So if you want me, even if the request to have a meeting with him, even if you wanted to do it, or even if it was a thing to do, you ought to have planned to have the Justice Minister in that room with you. Do not talk to this man one-on-one. I advise. Andrew Holness, hey, Mark Golden, boy, I don't want to talk certain things, you know. But to tell you the truth, you know, say, Mark Golden good at sick Prime Minister stomach. God know. Me not like people tell lie for me, no. Anybody tell lie for me, me and them have some serious problem. So for all those years, good night from Nigeria. Big up all of our African subscribers and friends on this platform. And all of the Africans who are, you know, participating in the vlogging and the blogging against the disinformation of the opposition in Jamaica. Thank you. Miss Uno. Black Beauty, big up yourself. And all the other YouTubers who are doing the same. Wanna help we, I wanna help carry through the election, and we're happy about that. And you're still doing it. Congratulations. Get someone else in the room. Yeah. I learned that long time. I learned say, when you talk to people who are lied, you don't talk to them one-on-one. Because what they're going to do is go and tell more lies on you. Or if you say something, they might go distort it and there's no witness to protect you or what you said. So you better have a witness there in the room. Mark Golden is not somebody you want to go and talk to one-on-one. I don't like people who tell lie. Just stuff, you know, tell lie on people. That's not nice. East Portland people them start ball already. Really? But anyway, on the next topic now, guys. Did you guys see the first post cabinet press conference of the government since the victory? If you haven't seen it, I posted it this morning. So you can check it out and listen to, you know, the mandate given to the cabinet by the Prime Minister. And of course, the Jamaican people them gave the mandate to this government. I was encouraged, you know, because the election is over and we are moving on. Some people are having a hard time moving on. I understand that, I get that. But over here on this channel, we are moving on and we're looking forward to, you know, what the government is going to do and in what order as far as the manifesto is concerned. I'm going to try to come out here one of these nights in the very near future to talk about the manifesto and, you know, what we can expect. There were some things said in the press conference. And let me just say this. Let me just say this straight up and straightforward. The women in the Prime Minister's cabinet, me grade hard, you know. Me grade hard. I me hard for please. Yes. Me's kind of I try to be a perfectionist because it's just in my DNA to do that. But me grade hard. But you see the women who are in the Prime Minister's cabinet, they are doing such an amazing job. Me not think the government would have looked this good if them never have these fine women just speaking well, delivering well, just doing a good job. Kamina Johnson-Smith, she's like #1 on, you know, one of my favorite people in the political arena. Because why? She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job representing Jamaica. She is fit for the job. I can see that she puts in the work. You know, she's well researched, she's well studied, and she take her job serious. You have to respect that. Likewise, Dana Dixon, she's doing a good job. She's a wonderful speaker. You know, she takes her job serious. She has all the information. Wanna know already, say when times they come on to Senator Marlon Morgan, I don't have to say much because remember say me first come out here come tell you say he is one of the sharpest tool in the shed, right? And we see him over education now. I do some different things, but him still are doing work. I wish I saw more of Cassan Trope as one of the females. I don't know if you guys have heard me told this story before, but when I lived in Jamaica, growing up in Jamaica, Cassan Troop was one of my mentors, right? When I used to live in Greenwich Town and I was a member of the Hope for Children Development organization located on Spanish Town Road. I used to go to St. Andrew Primary School, and Hope for Children played, every time I talk about this, I feel like I want to cry, guys, because the role that this organization played in our community and in our lives growing up, I don't know if that's still a thing in Jamaica, but growing up them time in the 90s, people like Cassan Troop, and at that time, Cassan was only like, what, 16, 17 years old. And Mr. Richard Troop, who was the director there, there was this other girl at the time. She was around the same age group as Cassan, Natalie, and some other people, you know, young men and young women. They were mentoring us as young people at the time, members of the community. And we used to go on these fun summer camps away from home. And we just had a wonderful time. Nobody never molest we. Nobody never violate we. We just had a wonderful time. And that helped us to, you know, develop our own little self-esteem. It helped us, it really helped us to develop in, you know, good human beings. I will never forget that chapter there in my life. And every time I see Cassan Troop, I always remember that. The last year, I went away at camp with HCDC, Hope for Children Development Organization. The last year I went to camp, I was the camp queen, and it was Cassan Troop who helped groom me over those, I think it was like 6 weeks. We were away at camp. This was someplace in a St. Thomas, our high school out there. And Cassan was the one who helped groom me and fix me up and show me how the thing go and, you know, how you carry yourself as a queen and we do the things. And yes, I won. And I never forgot. But when we have people like Cassan who, you know, help mentor we, and now to see Cassan playing an even more important role in the lives of young people, being over in the education ministry and stuff. She's so qualified. She's so deserving to be there, you know? So these women who are part of the Andrew Holness administration, they're doing it, and they're doing it very well. And I'm so proud that they are representing Jamaica. When I see Jamaica up there at the UN, I feel proud. And that's why I couldn't understand why the PNP would have been so rabid about the government, about Jamaica. And as I said, they're campaigning against Jamaica. For what? For no good reason. Because Jamaica did express solidarity with the people of Palestine, and likewise those who are victims of war in Israel. There's nothing else that you need to say. You don't need to go protest or anything like that. Because what we want is de-escalation and peace. We don't want nobody to take side in a war. No, it's not the time for that. That is the PNP, this PNP. That is their stance and their position. And it is not a good one for Jamaica, right? So we're going to carry ourselves decent in the world, like we are representing a country. We're not going to go there and try to prove ourselves and follow people and them something there. We are Jamaica, right? And just because another country is walking out of the meeting doesn't mean that we have to do it. That doesn't validate anything, because we go there and we state our point before the podium like everybody else, and in how we voted. And we voted with the majority for a two-state solution when Israel voted against it, when the United States voted against it. So Jamaica voted with the majority, and I say, good job, Jamaica, right? So this impression that they're trying to give the people, like say Jamaica stood with Israel against Palestine, the vote does not say that. So it doesn't make any sense. All right. Walking out his performance. Valentina, that's exactly what it is. I don't know why the other countries them do it. I can't speak for them. But me not really see how that accomplishes diplomacy, right? Walking out on Netanyahu is only telling him that the people that are walking out disapprove of him and how he's handling the war. And if that's their position, that's their position. But the world knows, everybody who watching, everybody who attended the UN General Assembly, they know Jamaica's position. The only walkout that would matter is the US. They are not PNP, they are gangs. Good night, everybody. Welcome. Please hit the like button, guys. Walking out does not solve the war. But guys, who know see what going over Venezuela? Remember when I come tell you about the alleged campaign donation from Venezuela to the PNP. And today I posted where the Jamaica Observer posted something from the electoral office saying, reminding the candidates and the parties that the deadline to declare their campaign funds and stuff, I think it says the 15th of October, right? So how coincidental that after we spoke about it here, there's this publication reminding them that they need to tell Jamaica how them spending go. But look how today we see news where the US unalive 4 people off the Venezuelan coastline, saying that they mix up in a drugs. Eh? And me I say, how PNP could have take money from Venezuela and they don't know how they get their money. But make we watch what go on. They didn't even acknowledge what the PM said about Cuba and Haiti. Thank you, Valentina. They did not acknowledge it. And I thought that was a missed opportunity because there is a lot going on. Not just, when you go to these world events, sometimes you don't really summarize it like that. But when you see all these world leaders and you hear all these issues, yes, we have a lot going on over there in the region where Israel and Palestine, but we have a lot going on in the Caribbean region too, right? We have the drugs, we have the weapons, we have gangs, we have all kind of something. We have thousands and thousands of people dying in the Caribbean annually. And Jamaica did say something about that and acknowledge that, but not the PNP. They were too busy campaigning against Jamaica. The Congo, Sudan, yes, all over the world, problems. So many know how Jamaica forgot the UN now go take side in a war. You mad? Good night, everybody. So, anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think about this request? It's in every news media. Golding urges direct talk with Prime Minister on Republic transition. Why? I don't know. Why would you want to do that? Because it's not like the Prime Minister of Jamaica is the sole decider of how the constitutional reform. Why you need to meet with him? He's not the one that's really gonna decide. He's not the only one that's gonna decide. You understand? And the person who is even more more beneficial for Golding, if he wants dialogue and he wants information, it would be more beneficial to him to meet with the Justice Minister Delroy Chuck. That's who he needs to meet with. Him have a more of a role to play than the Prime Minister. But I think what this is some kind of, it's a power struggle still. Even though Jamaica spoke, Mark Golding is still having this thing where he thinks he's more deserving to be Prime Minister. And he's having this power struggle thing in his head where he doesn't see Andrew Holness as being fit or deserving, even though the Jamaican people voted and they spoke. I think that's all that is. And he wants to, he's still being passively confrontational in my view. And I don't think the Prime Minister should play into it. I think the Prime Minister should continue and do what he's mandated to do by the people. Good night, chill. Big up yourself. I might know you call my wife in at the chat, you man them over, you're jealous, you know, be careful. Only private meeting if it is recorded. Absolutely, yes. I know Mark don't believe he lost the election. I know him alone. The whole of them. Them say him a them Prime Minister and this and that. Boy, I feel sorry for them, you know. I feel so sorry for them. And you know the man named Buchanan, who lost his bid to try to get the election void in the Prime Minister's constituency. I am calling on Bellevue to assist Mr. Buchanan because Mr. Buchanan come out, Mr. The Star put out today, say Mr. Buchanan is talking about a near-death experience that he had. And I'm like, this man has some kind of victim complex. Something is psychologically wrong. And I think he needs some help. For all we know, maybe he's suffering from, you know, losing the election. He's going through election grief and he doesn't know how to handle it. So he's a victim of everything. There are 5 stages of grief, you know, and if them still in a denial, I don't think they're going to come out. At some point in time, they need to get to the acceptance stage of grief. I was going to ask you, are you in love? You're Lord. V, where you say I was going to ask if I am in love because I'm glowing. So now someone is calling to wifey, invite us to the wedding. I give great. Lord have mercy. V, nobody can stop no answers over yeah, you know. No can stop no answers over here, my love. Yes, guys. So also, if you have not seen the video that I posted about the Prime Minister's thanks to the diaspora for voting, I think it was necessary to say that. And he clearly stated too that even though some may come here and didn't even vote for me, but to participate in our democracy is admirable and we thank you and it's a good thing. So as a member of the diaspora, and in some capacity, a spokesperson for the diaspora. Yes, me is a spokesperson for the diaspora. Yes, I'm self-acclaimed. So the diaspora people who went down to vote. When you hear me have to angle the man on the plane when I was going to the inauguration. And remember the comrade man, we had tell lie on the plane about say, we thief election. When you say, yeah, me is a spokesperson for the diaspora. Me is a spokesperson for Jamaica too. Because you see that man there, that flight was not only Jamaicans on there. And this is how me are showing how some of them people are out of order and wicked. On that flight, it wasn't just Jamaican people on there. You have people who are coming from other nations, other countries. So when them up on the flight now, hearing one of our Jamaicans talking about thief election, me have to shut that down quick and fast, out of order. I saw them come. Thank you, Ian Smith. You know, me have glasses to put on, but I don't put them on. So, yes, the diaspora received a shout out and a gratitude from the Prime Minister. And also, you know, talking about brand Jamaica, the Prime Minister expressed so eloquently what it means when we say brand Jamaica. And no offense to anybody on this live tonight who is not from Jamaica, but me have to tell you, no, Jamaica the most popular brand in the world, you know. That's just the truth. And if you are honest, you will agree with me. Yes, Jamaica is the number. Jamaica flag are the most popular flag in the world. And me always, yes, Jamaica flag, most popular in the world, guys. So brand Jamaica, no matter where we are, we always a keep. And this is why we have to protect our democracy from internal saboteurs who want to paint a bad image on our country. We will criticize our government when they're not doing right, and if they're not doing right, we don't mind doing that. But what we're not going to do is tell lies on our country, tell lies on our government and them something. We're not going to do that. And we're certainly not going to stand aside and hear people say things like that and not say anything. So, let's see. Jamaica come from a rich heritage in Nigeria and Ghana, very rich in natural and mineral and capital resources, oil, gas, gold, silver, diamond, uranium, platinum, coal, iron, and steel. Yes, Jamaica. Jamaica is very popular throughout Africa too, you know. Yeah, man, very popular. And when you look at some of the cultural norms in different parts of Africa that influence Jamaica, and you look at we in Jamaica today, you can see, you know, that we have managed to carry on those traditions over the decades and over the century. Even though we have different cultural influences, but we have not heard or seen anything from Steve McGregor since September 3rd. You know, to be honest with you, I think I saw Steve McGregor in Fort Lauderdale Airport, you know, on the 16th of September. I think I saw Steve McGregor. I had heard that he was overseas, but I'm not sure. I met people from all over the world and they can identify. Everywhere you go, people love Jamaica, man. Everywhere you go. I have friends who text me and tell me that they went to Jamaica, to a Jamaican event, just because of me, fully decked out in Jamaican colors. Jamaica has its issues, just like, you know, any other country. And it is what it is. It doesn't mean that we are worse off. We just have to stay in our lane, pay attention to our problems, and make sure, say, the people them who are elected, that they do their job and they fix it, right? So, tomorrow night, make sure that you guys come over here tomorrow night. You know, the war room is going to be open tomorrow night, as usual. Last week, oh my gosh, the people last week who were in the war room sent some message about you know, how much they enjoyed it. They enjoyed the dialogue. They enjoyed listening to Karen and Michelle, and you know, it's always good to get feedback, so that if we're not doing something good or, you know, something like that, we're not opposed to criticism or advice. So when it's good, you know, tell us, and when it's not good, tell us. And when it's good, me go tell you, no, say people are say it good. and stuff like that. John Black said tomorrow we're gonna hit 50,000. We better hit 50. Guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe right now because we're this close to 50,000, and I would like for us to get to 100,000 subscribers. So no matter where you are in the world, Jamaica, US, Africa, please share this channel with your friends and make your friends them come subscribe over here. What's up with the podcast? You know, say I was waiting on one wire thingy that I needed to connect. You can see the microphone behind me right here, and I got it. So I'm hoping to start on Sunday, this Sunday. If there's a topic that you want to hear me talk about, you can type it in the chat. I was supposed to go on this Sunday before the inauguration. But you know, I had to get myself together for the inauguration, so that's why it's late. But if there's a topic you want me to talk about, just say it. I am from St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. Big up yourself, Ian Smith. You too good for food stamps. Why are you talking about food stamps? What happened with food stamps? Big up Black Beauty TV in Africa. Why you let Satan Campbell use your lipstick? I know me. Them put on red lipstick on him and me just I say, you could have put on red lipstick like a more a pig is gonna always be a pig. And I don't mean that literal. I'm not saying that he's a pig. I'm just saying his behavior can be piggish sometimes. You know, just rolling in the mud kind of thing. That's the context I'm speaking in. 65% of Jamaican can trace their roots to the rich Igbo Nigerian ethnic group, the richest and most educated blacks around the world. I wish Jamaican politicians and elders will connect with their root. Has anybody here, have you guys ever done an ancestry on yourself? I know people who do it, you know, and found family members. I know people who do it and trace back their roots to some places in the world that they never thought. One of these days I'm gonna do it. But as far as I know, I know that, you know, my root is in Ghana. But I need some more information, you know, I think. Kevin, yes, I did talk about the judge in Trelawney last night. To me, it looks like a homicide. It wasn't reported that way, but when I first read the report, it was suspicious to me. So I'm hoping that we get to the truth and the bottom of it soon. Because that reminds me of Melissa. And, you know, it's not good. You're gonna have fights in these comments. These dude thirsty bad. Me soon come off. Moderator. How fight for go on and I comment on you over here? Black Beauty is African in Europe. Thank you, Robert Blake. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Good night, Cindy. And look here, guys. I have an apology to make. I was talking with the ladies about when we were at the inauguration. You had some women, and these women were just so nice about it. But you had some gentlemen who were there with their wives, and their wives, sometime the wife them recognize we before the husband. And the wife them would have come up to us and say, you know, say, una keep up my husband at night time, you know. Him no want come in bed, you know. Him have to listen to JPU first, you know, and them something there. And I'm standing there like, sorry, but it was all fun and laughter. Um, the wives, they understand. Them understand what was at stake. And that's why, they just made light of it. But me apologize. Me apologize. You know what? I start come on 8 o'clock so the man then can come in at them bed early. Tell me in the chat. That's all I can offer. I start coming a little early, 8 o'clock, Jamaica time, because the Jamaican ladies, they may attack. And thank you, ladies, for being such a good sport, right? We do not tell the man them say if you turn off me now in the house. We do not get mad with the man them and so on. Make the man them listen, man. You understand? Because we have to know what go on, Because remember, we want to hear pandemic channel here. We do not hear them on mainstream radio. And our sole purpose over here is to educate the people and make them know what is going on. You understand? Did you see Lawrence Road there? Of course I did. Lawrence Road literally lift me up. I mean, it's not like we were coming toward each other from a distance. It's like when you bend the corner, you see somebody and you immediately recognize each other, and we just collided, in each other's arms, and it was a good meeting. I saw everybody, but through my phone did dead. I didn't take any pictures. Any pictures on say are from other people's phone, because my phone was dead. But it was good seeing everybody. I talked to all the people, people, silent listeners. They're the ones who crack me up. Like, really. Silent listeners who come and say, boy, me no comment, and me no call, but you do a good job, Me watch you every night, You people rock, trust me. Cause to be so diligent and to be so committed without communicating, without speaking, without calling, I mean, that's just a good thing. I like it. But Lawrence Rowe was there, and Lawrence Rowe looked very nice. Yes, I mean, I'm green tie and white button-down shirt, and he was having a good old time. I saw Mr. Vegas. I saw, everybody. Some of the people, them name afraid for call by him, and I call their name. But it was very good seeing everybody. Let's see. So, guys, is there any suggestion for a topic for the podcast, the first podcast, very first? Okay, I will. I will. Good night, everybody. What do you think about the Prime Minister passing a law on politicians, misinformation, or suing politicians lying on each other publicly? I don't know if that can be a law, because you already have the freedom to sue somebody who you think lied on you. So I don't think we need a law for that. If you're talking about inside the parliament now, because some things you can talk inside of the parliament, which you can't say outside of the parliament, which may or may not be true. I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think politicians should have the freedom to say just about anything in the parliament, including lie on people. We saw what Peter Bunting did, lied on the contractor, and he was not held accountable. And that's wrong, because you can interfere with people's livelihood, you can damage people's reputation, and what am I gonna say? You can do it. Nothing wrong. I think it's wrong. Good night, wife style. Big up yourself. Yes, please invite Mr. Vegas. Who no want to see me invite over here? Somebody say Malahoo Fort. Okay. You need to start highlighting many developments that's ongoing all across the country. Yeah, I know. I've had some suggestions from people since a few days ago about the post-election agenda over here. And that is the plan, which is to, you know, highlight what's going on in terms of national development. And of course, you have parliament and what goes on in there. And you have current events, right? So that's what I plan to do going forward. Somebody said to invite Warmington, invite Rhoda Crawford, invite Senator Morgan. Invite Warmington. Boy, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Lord Jesus. You know me that invite Warmington though? Me just afraid. But me that invite him. Mr. Warmington, if you're watching tonight, you are invited to JPU. Please accept our invitation and come over here. Because we really want to talk to you. I want to talk to Senator Morgan about what the JLP learned in the last election, right? We had a disinformation campaign and it was rough. Yes, guys, it was rough. It was good. I'm happy to have been a part of it, but it was rough. I can only imagine how rough it was for the Prime Minister and those who were in charge of information and communication in the JLP. But going forward, Senator Morgan, what have you and the JLP learned, and what you have learned, how does that shape the way forward for you in the next 5 years where communication is concerned? I would like to talk to the senator about that. So maybe I'll invite him. Oh, it's the weekend. So maybe Sunday. Maybe I'll try to get him over here Sunday. It's a good time. Invite the 3 JLP candidates from Westmoreland. What do you want to hear from them? Invite Craig Oates. That's not a bad idea. Thank you, Rockin' Johnny. Thank you. I wish, where is our subscriber who is from Warmington's constituency? We have a subscriber over here who is from Mr. Warmington constituency. Can you tell your MP? Say JPU is inviting him over here. Please and thanks. Say something in the chat if you're here. Yes, the lady. Miss Anne-Marie Vaz, they're requesting you over here. I would suggest you invite each of them until we hear all 35 of them. I know me that invite the PNP them to in about, boy, I not think them that come. I don't think them that come. Me not think they like we over here. But me not gonna make no assumption. PNP MPs, you are invited over here. And if you notice, and if you have any fear, you notice when we invite people over here, we don't badger them, we don't disrespect them, we don't set them up, we don't do those things. We ask people to come over here because we have questions. And our questions are going to be asked respectfully and have no fear, even if we don't agree with you. The only person that cannot come over here is Dayton Campbell. We don't want him over here because him not no manners. I don't trust him. Because he might come over here and come try this, me go diss him back and it not go end well. So we don't want Dayton over here. But me I talk about sensible people. V no laugh. Invite July. Me go try. And me go try invite the one Conrad over. You know, say from September 3rd, I don't hear gunfire from Conrad. One time in try call me. And I missed the call, but them not talk to me. From the election, they not talk to me again. Me no know why. But they not talk to me. They not cuss me again. Remember they used to cuss me, you know. Me used to carry them voice note out here come play. Come play. They not cuss me again. They not say hi to me. They not trouble me. They not mouth me. They not talk to me again. Me no know what. Alfred Dawes was on NNN today. They will accept your invitation. They are desperate now. For true, tell them to come over here, man. Tell them to come over here. We not bite people, you know. Conrad gone in a hibernation. Him good all over here watch right now. Invite John Barnes. I heard he's bankrupt. But see ya. Nobody can set we up, you know. DPP Paula Llewellyn. I wonder if Paula will come over here. Love your accent. Thank you. And big up all of the people who are watching who are not Jamaican. You're welcome to join over here. Please to subscribe and come back. Anybody is invited, guys. Just make sure that you send a message if you're open to our invitation. The election is over. We are on a clean slate. You know, we have five years to go. If God spare our life, we're gonna be 5 years older the next time we're going our election. So everybody welcome, you know. Which one is sensible? Invite Damian Crawford, Lord Jesus. Invite the House Speaker. P. Diddy got only 5 years. I know 4 years P. Diddy get today. Oh my gosh, Sharon, that was epic. Oh, Paula Llewellyn tell Dion don't poke the bear. Paula, remind me of me, you know. Paula is a Virgo to the T, me I tell you no. Paula not take no disrespect. Paula not take no bad up from the body. Paula not take no shade. Oh my God. She was so nice about it. So diplomatic about it. I come in peace. Don't poke the bear. And Dion go poke the bear. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? That is so epic. We're always going to remember that. And in my opinion, I don't know if you don't agree with me, no, but I feel like say Paula retire Dion. I feel say she end Dion career. Dion Jackson Miller, things will never be the same for her after where she make Paula have to come do her one night here. Out of order. 4 years and 2 months. Thank you for that. I always listen to you. Thank you. Invite Favor Williams. You know, me go ask the secretary. I really think the Prime Minister should cross the aisle and put a member of the PNP in his cabinet. Well, as long as them they're here for the right reason, you know. I am all for bipartisanship, you know, working together. But you see, you have to just be careful with this set of PNP people because me not trust them. I don't trust them. You understand? I'm from Amsterdam. Welcome, Amsterdam. Big up yourself. Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. How is it over there in Amsterdam? Must be daytime over there. I wanted to visit this museum in Amsterdam some years ago when when I started looking at the statue of David. Guys, I love art and architecture and art history. I have a minor in art history. And when I got turned on to this famous sculpture of David, the story of David and Goliath, but there's a sculpture of David that was located in the museum in Amsterdam. But anyway, they moved it from there and brought it to Florence, Italy. And that's where I ended up seeing it. But I've heard from friends that there's some very cool art in Amsterdam, which is good. I hope to see it one day, though. Keith Duncan is in the Senate. Yes, there you go. There you go. So, guys, there's this video going around on Facebook. I think, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. And I posted it too. But there's this PNP activist guy where he was at the PNP conference saying, you know, PNP is the party to make the change. And they did the few minutes later thing. And he works for JUTC. And then a few minutes later, he was saying, yes, we get the bus them, AC, phone charger, comfortable seat, you know. The buses are going from Kingston to Ocho Rios now. And he was just so excited and so happy about these new JUTC buses. So I guess PNP is not the party for the change anymore. Mr. They not campaign him a campaign for the government. But he do it after the fact. But that's okay. It's good to see that more and more PNP people are recognizing that in this era that we are in, the JLP is the political movement and the political party that should carry the country forward. You understand? They're the more steady-handed, firm-headed, responsible government. And it just is what it is. That's not to say that we're not going to criticize them if they're not doing something right. But they are the ones that we trust with the country. You understand? And for everybody who supported the PNP or who's still supporting the PNP, who can come out and acknowledge and say this, respect, maximum respect. Because a Jamaica first, and that's why we choose Jamaica. They are more sensible. Watching from St. Mary, Lucky Hill area. Big up yourself, Ilian. They are more sensible. JLP. The school buses. Yes, Miss Herman, the school buses. Lord. The school buses. You know, say that make way there when I go to Jamaica, I never feel like a Jamaica me there. I feel like I'm still there foreign. Because Mrs. School buses, you know, all these luxury vehicles, because, you know, I hadn't been in Kingston in a while. But in a Kingston, you see the luxury vehicle them, and it hardly feels like you're in Jamaica. It feels like it's still in America, you know. But I'm looking forward to more development and the development that was outlined in the government's first post-cabinet press conference. Like I said, I posted that this morning. It's about 47 minutes long. So, you know, I had to listen to it. So you may want to listen to it and try to get an idea of what we can look forward to with this government going forward. You can invite the ones that are willing to vote for the passage of the Republic Bill without attaching the CCJ. We don't want the CCJ. It will not be good for the 413,000 Jamaicans that chose Jamaica. It's a big decision. It's a very big decision. There is something about having our final court someplace else. I don't like the idea. I think our final court should be in our country. We have smart people, you know, but I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I just hope that sometime in the near future, you know, we can have our final court at home. If we're a developing country, we're an independent country and all these things, we must can carry out justice where the majority of the people have confidence in it. Give them the idea of changing the bus color to look more Jamaican. That's a cost though. It's gonna cost, but I think, you know, the little white tape along the side of the buses, I think there's a Jamaican flag. Like say you have St. Andrew written on the white strip on the bus. There's a Jamaican flag beside it. But I get what you're saying, just like the JUTC buses. So PNP over here, listen tonight. Okay, thank you. Good night. Welcome. Me never did never did have no problem with the PNP people coming over here. As the only thing me say when they come over here, because the PNP has become an organization that is so notorious for telling lies. I just say that if they come over here, and the moderator know too. So if they come over here and tell any lies in the chat, then we got to take them out. Because people come over here for information and people come over here to you know, read comments as well and forget information. So if you're gonna come in our chat and speak lies, you cannot be over here. You understand? But otherwise, everybody welcome over here. This is a patriotic channel. Patriotism we deal with over here, so. Nothing is wrong with the color of the school buses. Well, the yellow is in our flag. I'm from Cambodia. Welcome, welcome, Cambodia. Let's see. Yes, we cannot have anybody in our chat over here lying. That's the only problem. Yellow is in our flag, and the flag is beside the parish names, plus the money we're going to use to color buses. Could buy a few more. We can change color after we get all. Guys, what do you think about the politics of Portland? People are asking, should Anne-Marie Vaz stay and run back? Some people are saying that Isaac Buchanan is going to be a one-term MP. Some people are saying that them feel sad for hear Darrell Vaz saying that he's going to retire after this term. How do you guys feel about that? The Negril Airport is still in the planning phase, but they've already identified the land. You know what I'm looking forward to where development is concerned? I am looking forward to the new KPH. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think that's long overdue. Ask Marlon to get action on over here. Okay. ISAT will be his own downfall. I think Mrs. Vaz should stay. Hello, sports money. Welcome. Big up yourself. That color is a universal school bus color. The bright yellow school buses, I think the color was deliberate to make sure that there's visibility and bright yellow. I mean, you can't really go wrong with bright yellow. But me understand what the person has said. You could have just put a little Jamaican flag on it, you know, make it look a little way. I don't know. I'm looking forward to KPH. I have to tell you the truth, I have to be very real with you guys. When I was growing up in Jamaica, in the 90s, I told you guys that I used to live in Jungle for a while, Jonestown. My grandmother's house is still there. And our sister, although them pass off. But when you know, say, in a them time there, when me used to live at Jonestown Jungle, war used to go on up there, you know, like real war, you know. And I could remember at least, at the very least, 3 times where I had to follow a friend, go down a KPH because a family member get shot or a boyfriend get shot or something like that. I'm used to afraid of KPH, you know, because anytime that I've gone down there, I pay trauma, loan trauma, and some serious trauma. And you see me now, I believe so when a hospital, because you have to say KPH historically, really. You have to say KPH has been a hospital in a war zone, you know, between Jonestown, Jungle, Anatown, Denhamtown, Tivoli Garden. When war are gone, people get injured, people get hurt. Right there, so KPH would have been one of the best hospitals for trauma training for doctors and nurses because them get real trauma, like trauma where you'd have seen a war zone for true. But when you have a hospital that survived and has seen so much, me feel like a time for lick it down. Lick it down and build it back. God no. Cause a whole heap of bloodshed in that I don't even want to go there. Me just glad to the crime rate gone down. Anybody who used to live in a Jonestown and Jungle and a town them time, they only know say every day was like a war. At certain periods of time, you know, you might get like a little 1 year or a little 6 month reprieve when nothing now go on. But it's like the man them, it take them one at a time. And you say war again. Lord God. I think when you get action and over here, you will have everybody's attention because everybody love her. I think I agree with you. Most Jamaican people right now, post-election, they would want to hear from somebody like Anne-Marie Vaz. I think Warmington or somebody where people would want to hear at any point in time, okay? So I think, you know, Warmington can draw one crowd, especially when him go swearing and walk out of the parliament. Me no know. I haven't heard anything. I don't know what that was all about. But let me see who else. Um, can't really think of anybody else. But I think you're right. Mrs. Vaz is somebody that people would really want to hear, you know, how she feel and, you know, what she planned for doing and stuff like that. I would like to talk to her. But would love to hear from my favorite, Kerencia Morrison. Guys, if you know the people, them, you know, you can invite them over here, you know. Tell them so we're nice over here. We're not trouble them. We're not do them like what D and Jackson Miller do the people them. You understand? And tell them say, you know, people want to hear from them. And just because the election over, you know, means say, you want to go hide now or going out on a bubble. Because people can always remember. And you're a politician, you answer to the people. So when the people want answers, when the people want to hear from you, you need to speak. There's nothing wrong with the yellow school bus. Everybody like the yellow school bus. Okay. Have you spoken about the opposition's request to speak with the Prime Minister? I did at the very beginning. So if you're late, maybe you have to rewind. I am living in California, and when she lost, tears came to my eyes. Yeah, I know. And I feel like somebody need to mention this pan, yeah, so. I mean for talk about it, you know. One of our fellow YouTubers reached out to me when I was in Jamaica about this, but through me never have the time, me never did really talk about it. You know, say, when Anne-Marie Vaz lost the seat, you have some people who support the PNP who did have put out some argument out there about the death of Dr. Bloomfield and them something there. And the first person to have taken the political platform to accuse the Vaz them of killing Bloomfield. Dayton Campbell, that's why I don't want him over here, you know. Because Dayton Campbell is a sick-minded person, right? Without evidence, without a police report or anything, they come out and say that them killed Dr. Bloomfield for seat, right? Now, as far as we know, the only people them who wanted to get out Dr. Bloomfield was the PNP. Paul Burke, Bunting them, they wanted to, Andrea Moore and them people there, they wanted to get out Dr. Bloomfield and run poll upon him while he was outside of the country. Them forced him out of his seat and them did that relentlessly trying to get him out. So if anybody fi kill Dr. Bloomfield now, talk the truth. Or who them that really, any sensible person, who them that look and who that want to kill Dr. Bloomfield? Now must them, hey, when you know me just talk on no business, you know. The people them coming out talking things without no evidence. Without any police report or anything. When you see the police report that the police put out when Dr. Bloomfield died, I don't even want to get into that. But they like to come out and say things about people with no proof, fabricated stuff. So you say the next time when you hear them talking about people kill Bloomfield for seat, just remind them, say the only people them where we didn't know want to get out Bloomfield out of seat was the PNP. Remember them that say Bunting was funding the lady, the lawyer, Andrea Moore, to run against Bloomfield. You remember that? You remember Liz come over here, come talk, say when Bloomfield was in Japan, they run poll in him seat. You remember that? So they wanted to get out Bloomfield and Bloomfield was not cooperating with them. So why only don't say them kill Bloomfield? You need to stop it, man. You just get up and tell lie on people, so I can't do it, you know. You just get up and tell lie on people, so just so. No evidence. That doesn't make sense. And when Dayton Campbell went up on the platform during the by-election and go say, them kill Bloomfield, won't hear him say, come out, come apologize. Yes, he apologized for it. You know who was the very first person before Dayton Campbell? Bloomfield died the Saturday morning. And you know who was the first person who come accuse the PNP, say them kill Bloomfield? Little bit of blood. Little bit of blood come out, say she blame Andrea Moore for Bloomfield death. You know, remember? This is one of the reasons why before the election, I was saying, God, you know, say after I'm glad when the election done because we can't stop hearing these innuendos and these lies and stuff. But the election done and we're still hearing it. It's still a thing. It is still a tactic of the PNP and their supporters, you know, to be fabricating lies and lying on people. You see, if the PNP want Jamaica people to start like them again, this is what them do. Them need to publicly denounce people who misinform and disinform. That's what they need to do. I have heard the Prime Minister of Jamaica encourage bloggers and everybody, supporters, party supporters, to keep it clean and to speak truth. I have never heard Mark Golding and the PNP say that to their supporters. Never. I see as long as they're spewing the lies and the disinformation and misinformation, they're going to have a problem. A hit was part of the reason why they lose the election. But they don't learn and they're not learning. And this is why I say, it look like them don't go sign up for permanent opposition because you can't just lose an election and you're coming back with the same strategy. You don't want to win then. You don't want to win. You got to change your strategy. You got to look at what you did and figure out what you did wrong, where you went wrong, and change it. Do your assessment. Do your evaluation and see where you do wrong. You know, every campaign, election campaign, after the election, in the aftermath, if you don't win, you go and look at everything and say, okay, this is what I think we did wrong. And you know, you don't come back and do that. But them not get it. What was the outcome of him suing Karen Cross? Them not say they win. They say they win. Then they not sue me too. They say they win. God is not sleeping. Make them turn the opposition fits them good. Yeah, I think so too. And you know what? Actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. I don't think opposition fit them because I don't think they make good oppositions. And you know why? Instead of being opposition, they're campaigning against the country. And I said this a few days ago. There's a difference between being an opposition and campaigning against your country. They are doing the campaigning against the country. Them not doing no opposition work. That's a problem. Because patriotic people are not going to join you when you start to criticize the government. And in the same breath, you are campaigning against the country. You understand? Them not understand. They don't get it. They're not even shadowing the current cabinet. Not all of them, they're not. You're right. Because them have some name, some portfolio name, but we don't know about. We don't know what that. They are campaigning against brand Jamaica. It makes me sick. Truly. Them not stop. We will always choose Jamaica. And that's why I said to the government, say, when time you know see them a do it, tell the country, make the people them know say them a campaign against Jamaica. Sensitize the people and make them know. But look, you know, the post-cabinet press conference that was done Wednesday, I really like the fact that students were invited. I wish to see more of that. I think I may not know if it always has to be college students. I would like to see some high school students and stuff. You know, always bring in the young people and expose them to the running of the country and, you know, what the government is responsible for and what they're doing. And maybe they will come and find interest in something or, you know, something like that. But it's such a good thing to see the students being invited to listen. And them as students are today, they're very much more bright because they are exposed to so much more. Them have social media. Them can see how, you know, people in their age group around the world and across cultures, what they're exposed to, you know, what they know and things like that. So it's good. I liked it. Can we get someone from Blue Dot on? Please, no Dan Anderson. I don't think we're going to see back Dan Anderson for now, you know, guys. Yes, Mark Lodge, the opposition party of Jamaica is the only opposition in the region that is campaigning against their country. We see opposition parties in different countries in the region. And we see them being opposition parties, but we don't see any other opposition party campaigning against their country like the Rise United people are doing. They're bad. I'm telling you, they're bad for country. And I'm not even going to say bad for party. Because if the party, no, sister, them bad for the party. When me I look at the country, them bad for country. Right? But tell me what your channel is about. This channel, James, welcome, James Parsons. This channel is called Jamaica Politics Uncovered. It means that what happens in our politics, we want to see transparency, we want to see integrity, we want to see truth, and we want to see competency. So these are the 4 pillars of what this channel stands for, right? So where we see people are falling short on truth, transparency, competency, and all these things, we bring it to the light. And that's why we are called Jamaica Politics Uncovered, right? So anything where, you know, there's some kind of cover up, right? Because the opposite of being transparent is to cover things up, right? So wherever we see cover up or hidden truths from the people, we will say it over here and we will bring it to light. And this is one of the big things about this platform is that when Melissa Silvera, you probably were not here at that time, but Melissa Silvera, the late wife, the late wife of a former PNP MP, she was unalived, and members of the opposition tried to cover it up, saying that she died from aneurysm, saying that she died naturally in her sleep and all these things. And we came to find out that no, it didn't go so. She was unalived by a weapon of mass destruction, if you know what I mean. So Jamaica Politics Uncovered was all over it. And we called it out, and we called out the people who were participating in this elaborate cover-up of this dead woman, right? So that's one of the things. And yes, politics played a part in it because the man who is now in custody, the husband who is now in custody for the alleged homicide, he's a former MP for the PNP, and he was actively a member of the PNP campaigning with the opposition leader, who I think it was less than 24 hours after Melissa died, the opposition leader posted on his social media condolences to the husband who is now in custody. So we don't know, to this day, we don't know if the opposition leader's post was to cover it up or if he knew what happened. We don't know. And this is something that the police have not enlightened us about. Because any place else in the world, and this is not to beat down the police, but I'm just speaking the truth. Any place else in the world, the opposition leader would have been questioned. We don't know if he was questioned, but the police haven't said anything. But any place else in the world, the opposition leader would have been questioned and asked what he knew, what his post meant, you know, why did you send out condolences to the man? All these questions, you know, but we don't know if he was questioned or what he said. So yeah, that is what this channel is about. Where the disinformation is concerned, that Jamaica has been struggling with really since 2023, I would say, is when we saw the height of the disinformation. That was around the time when Melissa was unalived, right? When they came out with the disinformation that she died in her sleep. She died from aneurysm. They even said she was unalived in the morgue, right? So that was like the height of the disinformation. And our channel over here played a major role in beating back the disinformation. So that is why we're Jamaica Politics Uncovered over here. Watching from Canada. Big up yourself, Ricardo. Thank you for joining. Is him them call Marky G Umbrella Man? Yes. Absolutely. What do you think of Nikisha Burchell's controversial statement? Sean, I spoke about that over here briefly the other night. That these people, they're novices. They don't understand politics, and they get in there and they get arrogant because the MP caretaker, there's nothing that should stop him from playing the role of MP caretaker. What she did reminds me of when Mikhail Phillips was behaving hostile toward Damian Young as the MP caretaker, as if he didn't belong there, he had no business there. That's not how it works. Each political party will have a representative in the constituency, one that is the duly elected member of parliament, and the other one who is the MP caretaker. That's fine. There's nothing illegal about it, unless you are actively sabotaging or trying to stop the MP from doing their job. Then that's wrong, okay? But me don't know what she's going about. She's behaving like she's dunce. She's politically dunce to me, right? Because when Homer Davis was the MP and they were the PNP, Nikisha and them were in the constituency doing their thing, that man never complained. He understood they had to do what they had to do. So what she's saying now, she's just looking attention, wanting to be seen, because it no matter how much time them put she in a parliament, I'm gonna just start the truth. Nobody is ever gonna recognize Nikisha Burchell as a serious member of parliament. Because why? She don't carry herself serious. She don't carry herself serious. So that is just that. Anyway, guys, I think I've said enough here tonight. Guys, Nikisha Burchell, as she killed Bunting career, you know, because remember, say, she was the communication director and she had do Bunting communication mostly 10 years now. And look where Bunting ended up. Losing the presidential election to Dr. Phillips and losing his seat. And he's still a very unpopular politician. Now, if you have a good communication personnel, you're going to raise the profile of the person that you are working for or promoting, right? She hasn't been able to raise the profile of Peter Bunting. Peter Bunting is one of the biggest political losers in Jamaica, having lost an internal election to his leader and having lost his seat. Clean. The seat we have now, in bite. We know that. So, them not really have no pedigree to any degree if you talk to people, if you don't understand what I mean. Because them not have no performance, for sure. You understand? Over here, so me's not a politician, but this channel is a performing channel. You understand? But with them now, when them say them a communication also, they're not really, nothing is there. They're not nothing to stand up on. Yeah, she helped. Thank you for that lifestyle. Yes, she helped kill Mark one too. And the PNP one too, because she was the communication person when Golden went to Connecticut and told an audience there that the JLP communication are fire upon every cylinder. Strong communication. So obviously, if his communication was strong, he wouldn't be saying that. But he felt inferior to the JLP's communication task force. So there again, another failure. Peter Bunting wants to rebrand. Oh God, man. You must go ban over. Rebranding now work for Bunting. You must go ban over. A damaged goods that. Can't fix. Anyway, guys. Make we wrap it up here, so. As I said in the very beginning, and what we come out here so about tonight. The Prime Minister now have to meet with Mark Golding. Mark Golding forgot to talk with the Justice Minister and the man who responds for the constitutional reform and them something there. The Prime Minister not supposed to sit down. Prime Minister not no time. Prime Minister busy. Why would you want to sit down with a man where you say corrupt and thief and all kind of something? You're not supposed to want to sit down with the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister equally shouldn't want to sit down with you because you lie on the man. You try to destroy the man image and them something, their reputation. And a joke this, you know. So what you think, say now, through the Prime Minister win them something there, wanna damage him a little bit? I just through Jamaica people them smart. And then put him back there. But what wanna do to the Prime Minister? You might go, you should have never come talk about you want a one-on-one with the Prime Minister. You have to go, man. At the truth. I don't know who wanna get their style from. You can't do people the wickedest thing. And come back tomorrow and smile. It doesn't work that way. You can't do people like that. And that the Prime Minister for say, I like me now. Me don't say I'm corrupt and thief. What kind of meeting you want with me? Eh? Me not corrupt and thief again. Talk truth, people. And that me that say, me not corrupt and thief again. For 4 years, 5 years, on the walk and tell the whole nation and the world, say me thief and me corrupt. And me not declared statutory this and una and the IC, una collude for take me down and wicked. Why would you want to meet with me? Nobody want to meet with me, I saw me that tell him. Anyway, guys, me gonna wrap up here now. So, I guess I'll try to get some people over here. Me gonna try for ask. Me gonna try for ask the senator if he can contact with Sunday night. Yes, I'm gonna try to do that. Cause me really want you the people to hear what go on with the community. We then learn. Because boy, at the grace of God, are people like man of God who out here pray for the nation. The people then lie, then wicked is a shame. So what have we learned and what we are going to do going forward? Me know what we are going to do over here, so, you know. But the JLP, them have their work cut out for them same way too. Right? So thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope that, you know, you all are keeping your eyes open for what is to come and the way forward. And I will keep you informed as usual and keep you up to date. Make sure that you check out the videos that I posted this morning from the post-cabinet meeting, or press conference rather, and also the Prime Minister's message to the diaspora and about Brand Jamaica. Thank you for joining, guys. Have a good night. Take care.